Hello all, this is Halloween, and if you love haunted history and cemeteries as much as I do, you may want to subscribe because I'm going to be taking you somewhere new every week. Today we're headed over to Carrollwood. We're going to visit the Lake Carroll Cemetery. Lake Carroll Cemetery was established in 1946, and a lot of Tampa pioneers are buried there. One being the Bierce family, which is actually pronounced Bierce. So the Bierce family is buried there, so we'll learn a little bit of their history. Enjoy! We're here at the Lake Carroll Cemetery, established in 1946. If we can find a way in, we're gonna go in and see what we can see. So we just came walking about a block and around the corner here. And it's very hidden, the entrance to get in here, but here it is. It's just a fence that you open to get in. So you just have to look for it. It is in the right-hand corner of the cemetery. So now we're in. So it appeared that a lot of Tampa pioneers are buried in this cemetery. The Bierce family, which some people pronounce Bierce, whom the street Bierce Avenue is named after. And we're gonna find them. When I was researching the cemetery, it's a lot of large families, like full family plots. Here we have the Head family. This is a really nice plot. There's another Head. Right behind the Head family, to the left-hand side when you first walk in, is the entire Bierce family. So I want to find the original Bierce, the original settler who came here from actually northeastern Missouri and settled here with the intent to establish a church. He was actually a reverend, and I'm trying to find him. It would be one of the older tombstones in here, I would think. Anyway, here's all the Bierces. There are some really cool old headstones here. I mean, established in 1946. So, I mean, it's a pretty old cemetery. It's not the oldest, but... Now, it was deeded to a woman named Lucretia Fleeg before it became deeded to the Lake Magdalene United Methodist Church. And so it was a cemetery prior. This here is one of the older headstones in here. This person was born in 1819 and died in 1894. There will be older headstones even though the church took ownership of the property in 1946, but people were already being laid to rest here as early as 1894, as you can see. These are the older headstones here. These are cool. Look how cool these are. Look at the hand at the top. The hand pointing down. These are wild. So cool. Huge ant bed down there, right at the base of the headstone. So be careful where you step in here. So this one was born in 1889, died in 1913. And here, this person died in 1908. Yeah, you will see some older headstones here. This one's been put back together. You can see where it broke. These taller, thinner headstones, I see that a lot. Or just due to weather and stuff, it's broken off over the years. This one's been put back together. That's kind of cool. There are some veterans here. You'll see one off there in the distance. But I'm on a mission to find this Reverend I.W. Bierce. Oh, the Flegels are here. Maybe I was saying it wrong. Lucretia was a Flegel. Here are some conch shells, which was very a popular way to come, and when you visit your family, you would leave a conch shell behind. It's kind of just to say, I came and visited you. Here's a conch shell. They do the same with rock stones, like pebbles almost. So that's just a way to let for your loved ones to let you know they were here. These are really cool. World War I veteran right here. So I can't find I.W. Bierce, but he's somewhere around here. of course, he's part of the Bierce family. He could be in this part. Maybe he's in another part of the cemetery. I'm not really sure. But when I.W. Bierce, who was a reverend, and the first Bierce of the Bierce family to move to Tampa in 1894, he founded a church. This project would require multiple trips to and from northeastern Missouri, where he was from. Much of the money that was loaned to the government for building the Bierce Avenue was lent to them by the Bierce family. They weren't able to pay back the Bierce family, so kind of to honor them for what ended up being a donation, they named Bierce Avenue after the family. So that's how Bierce got its name. I can't find him, so we're gonna move on and see the rest of the cemetery, and maybe I'll run into him. Who knows? So when Lucretia Flegel deeded the property to the Lake Magdalene United Methodist Church, there was a fund set aside for perpetual maintenance of the cemetery, and that's why you'll see it's very well maintained, very well kept. They put specific funds aside just for the maintenance of this cemetery, and it's beautiful. If you see right around the edges, there's a white fence going all the way around the cemetery. It's not a huge cemetery. It's just probably on about 3 acres of land, maybe. There's 2 parts. There's a columbarium niche on the other side, as well as more burials, but it's separated by a street that runs through the middle. And I just think that more cemeteries need to do that, set aside funds to maintain the cemetery, because what ends up happening is that the deed to the property switches hands so many times, and eventually people just don't care anymore. They don't care to take care of the property. They don't want the responsibility, and for whatever reason, it becomes neglected and even abandoned in some situations. So as you can see, there's ant beds all throughout the cemetery here. They're just about everywhere. So when you come, you're going to want to be careful not to step on an ant bed. There's another one there. You can pretty much see it all standing right here on this half of the cemetery anyway. I'm going to head over to the other side, check out the niche. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a nice cemetery. I like it. There are Bierces throughout the cemetery. They're not just in one spot. So if you're looking around to try to find the Reverend I.W. Bierce, you could find him anywhere here. I haven't seen him yet, so I haven't personally been able to find him, but just to let you know, he could be anywhere in here. Let's take a look over here. We've got some veterans. This here is what I've talked about in previous videos, shaving cream damage. Don't do that to the tombstones. It actually, it harms the tombstones. It breaks down the marble or whatever. It just makes it look really bad too. People do this to be able to see the lettering better, but you can see how it's damaged the tombstone. So if you want to see it better, just give it a sweep maybe with a broom or some kind of hand broom or something like that. You can kind of sweep off any debris, but using stuff like that is not good for the longevity of the tombstone. I mean, eventually it's just going to wear down and you won't be able to see the words at all. And tombstones are expensive these days anyway. That's a really beautiful tombstone. The doctor. I'm leaving this side of the cemetery to go and visit the other side. It's pretty small. You know, I saw pretty much everybody. So we're gonna head over here and see what's popping over on the other side. It's a little overcast out here today. Not what I usually like, but I've come over here to the other side, and as you can see, it's just a lot of the flat headstones. Not really a whole lot to see over here as far as, you know, big or even older headstones. I think it's a newer section of the cemetery, perhaps. There's some beautiful flat headstones here, though. These here, brand new, beautiful. And they'll stay that way if you take care of them and don't put the shaving cream and stuff like that. There are crows over there just yapping away. I'll take a walk around here. This is their little niche. It's little, but a lot of spaces in there. Boy, that crow is real talkative. It's neat. All marble, really pretty. I'll take a quick walk around here and I'll be heading out soon. On this side, there are some really beautiful memorials. They've added a lot of their own special touches, little angel statues, flowers, and things of that nature. And sometimes when you see this, you're a little off-put because it doesn't look good, or it looks like gaudy or overkill. But in this situation, they've actually done a very good job. They look very nice the way that they've memorialized their loved ones. I mean, it's done in a very tasteful way. I'm gonna put this flag back up. Came off this thing over here. Oh, that way it doesn't blow away, hopefully. Vietnam veteran. His flag is safe now. All right. This is a really beautiful section. It's got some really nice shade trees back here. There doesn't appear to be as many ants on this side either, so. We are headed out of the cemetery, gonna go grab a bite to eat. Hope you enjoyed it. I thought the cemetery was quite beautiful. See you soon. We're here at La Hacienda. Gonna go in and get a bite to eat. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I really liked Lake Carroll Cemetery. It was a beautiful cemetery. It was well maintained. And it was really cool to learn about the history of the Bierce family. La Hacienda restaurant was just amazing. Like, the food was really good. So if you really want some authentic, I believe it was Columbian. Columbian and Cuban, they have a lot in common. Very, very good, authentic Colombian cuisine. And a very nice staff as well. If you loved this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And we will be going somewhere new next week. That does it for today's episode. I'll see you next time.